Hi everybody, this is CR5 Extended Response Helper video, and hopefully this will give you the final push for understanding variables on both sides of the equal sign. First thing we have to do is solve for n. In order to solve for n, because this is a multi-step equation, I'm going to have to eliminate the parentheses. So I'm going to go ahead and circle this coefficient on the outside, and I'm going to distribute it to every single term on the inside of the parentheses. 3 times 5n is 15n. I'm going to write it over here so I have a little more room. And then a positive times a negative, because it's a positive 3 times a negative 7 is a negative. And then 3 times 7 is 21. There we go. I eliminated parentheses on the left. Now I'm going to do the same process on the right. I'm circling that coefficient of 5. I'm going to multiply it by each term inside the parentheses. 5 times 8n is 40n. And 5 times 11 is 55, and they're both positive. So my answer also has to be positive. Don't let these large numbers throw you off. It's not a big deal. Now I'm going to change colors because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring all of my variables to the left side of the equal sign. Remember, all my variables go to the left because that's how I like to solve a two-step equation, with my variables on the left side. In order to do that, I'm going to start by drawing my ladder. Anything I do to one side of that ladder, I'm doing to the other. I have a positive 40n here. Now I need to zero that out because I don't want any n's on this side at all. So the opposite of a positive 40n is subtracting it, or a negative 40n. Remember, anything I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. And notice that I'm putting it right under the same like terms, which is the n value. 40n's minus 40n's is 0, which is perfect because that's all I want on this side is a constant. And my constant now is 55. I bring down my equal sign. Now, these are my good guys, right? They're positive. These are my bad guys. They're negatives. Notice that I have more negatives than positives, so I definitely have a negative answer. How many more bad guys do I have? Well, I have 25 more. And how did I get 25? Well, 40 minus 15 is 25. So I have negative 25n. All I do is bring down that minus 21 because I haven't done anything to that constant. All right, I'm switching colors. All I have is a two-step equation now. Remember, I want n by itself, so I have to get rid of the constants first. The opposite of subtracting 21 is adding 21. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Anything I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other. These zero out. I'm left with negative 25n on this side, which is awesome because that's what I want. I want all my n's on the left side, and that equals 5 plus 1 is 6, 5 plus 2 is 7, so 76. And they're both positive, so my answer has to be positive. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at the coefficient that's in front of the n, which is a negative 25, and they're attached by multiplication, so I'm going to undo that multiplication with division in order to get n by itself. Remember to include the negative sign when you're dividing, because you want to be able to divide a negative divided by a negative to get a positive n as your answer over here. Anything you do to one side, you're doing to the other. Negative 25 divided by negative 25 is a fancy form of 1, which is exactly what you want, 1n. Uh-oh, positive divided by negative is a negative, but 25 does not go into 76 evenly. What we do know, it goes into 75, right? 3/4 and 75 cents. So I know that the answer is 3. And then how many are left over? Well, hopefully you're telling me 1 over 25. So guess what my answer is? N equals negative 3 and 1/25. Don't get nervous because it's a fraction. It's not a big deal. Good luck on your extended response. You've got this.